What if I told you that while your body lies in rest, your spirit walks through realms unseen, entering a sacred dimension where heaven touches earth and the voice of Jesus is trying to awaken something eternal within you? This is not imagination. This is not superstition. This is divine reality. You didn't stumble here by accident. Something in your spirit was drawn, summoned to this moment. And the reason you're still listening is because your soul remembers something your mind has long forgotten. So I want you to stop, right now, wherever you are. Breathe in deeply, because this is not just a video. This is a divine summons, a heavenly appointment, a sacred encounter meant to awaken the sleeping fire inside of you. Let me tell you something most people never dare to speak aloud. Every single night, when your eyes close and your body falls still, something holy begins to stir inside of you. Your spirit begins to move beyond time and flesh, stepping into the invisible classroom of eternity, where Jesus himself is waiting to teach you, to show you, to reveal mysteries meant only for you. And yet, we wake up confused. But we feel the residue of something powerful, but the details slip like vapor in the wind. Because what you're experiencing in those dreams is not just fantasy, it is revelation. Those night visions are more than sleep, they are spiritual journeys. Your spirit is not idle while you rest, it's being summoned, taught, and equipped. Many of you have seen places that don't exist in the natural, but your spirit knew them. You've met people in your dreams whose faces made your heart ache, though you've never seen them before. You've heard voices that bypassed language but hit you like a wave of truth. Those weren't ordinary dreams. Those were holy encounters. Jesus is speaking. The Spirit is instructing. Heaven is reaching. But here's the truth very few understand. There is a war over your memory. Not just your waking memory, but your spiritual memory. Because the instructions, warnings, blueprints, and breakthroughs that Jesus releases to you in the realm of dreams are so potent, so prophetic, so deeply rooted in your calling, that the enemy cannot afford for you to remember them. The veil you feel in the morning? That fog? That sudden forgetfulness? It's not just the weakness of the human brain. It is spiritual interference. A battle. An interception. Because the enemy knows, if you remembered what heaven showed you, you would be unstoppable. But listen closely, because the veil is beginning to lift. Right now, in this very moment, something inside of you is waking up. You feel it. Your skin is reacting. Your heart is stirring. You feel that strange burn in your chest, that tightening in your throat. It's not emotion. It's recognition. Your spirit is remembering. You are more than flesh and blood. You are eternity wrapped in time. You are a vessel of divine fire walking through a temporary world. And Jesus, your shepherd, your teacher, your king, is reaching for you every single night. Not just to comfort you, but to instruct you, to commission you. He walks with you through dreams to remind you of what you were made for. He speaks through visions to reveal where you've been called. He weaves symbols and messages into the night to show you what's coming and how to stand. And now you are beginning to remember. Not with your brain, but with your spirit. These dreams, these night journeys, they are not illusions. They are encounters. They are assignments. And if you've been waking up in tears, with your heart racing, with a deep sense that something important happened, then you are being visited. You are being marked. You are being prepared. The reason you're here right now watching this is because the time for forgetting is over. Jesus is restoring what was stolen. He is sealing your dreams with divine fire. He is placing his hand on your mind and declaring, remember. From now on, ask him before you sleep. Jesus, walk with me. Speak to me in the night. Write your vision on the tablet of my heart. Let not a single word be stolen. Because your destiny, your mission, your prophetic assignment is hidden in those dreams. And the Spirit of the Lord is saying to you now, you will remember. You will arise. You will fulfill what I placed in your soul before the world began. This isn't just about dreams. It's about the awakening. And it has already begun. And this time, you will remember. Because the veil is tearing. Because the Lord is revealing. Because the time is now. There is a battle raging over your destiny, a fierce and silent war waged in the shadows of your sleep. It's not a battle you can see with natural eyes, but your spirit feels it every time you close your eyes at night. The moment your body rests, your soul begins to rise, to soar, to tap into heavenly realms where divine instructions are released. And this is where the war begins, not in your waking life, but in your dreams. Because your dreams are not ordinary, they are portals. They are sacred blueprints sent from heaven. And Jesus, the King of Kings, often speaks through them, releasing purpose, direction, and revelation. But the enemy knows this. Oh, he knows the power your dreams carry. He knows the potential your soul touches when it aligns with the voice of Jesus during your slumber. That's why he doesn't always come to stop the dream itself. No, he uses a more subtle, sinister strategy. He lets you dream, but then he steals it. He covers it in confusion. He buries it in forgetfulness. He plants a fog so thick that when you wake up, the revelation that was once crystal clear is now gone. And you don't even realize what just happened. You open your eyes, grab your phone, scroll through endless posts. You sip your coffee, start your routine, and think it's just another morning. But something holy was taken from you. A sacred word from Jesus. A heavenly image. A prophetic message that could have changed your day, or even your destiny. Gone. Erased before you could grab it, before you could write it down. This isn't just a dream lost. It's spiritual robbery. It's warfare. It's the enemy attempting to silence the voice of Jesus that speaks to you while you sleep. And if this has been happening to you, it's not because you're weak, it's because you're powerful. It's not because you're empty, it's because you're full of fire. The enemy doesn't waste time on those who are asleep in the spirit. He targets the ones who are close to breakthrough. The ones whose dreams are drenched in divine purpose. The ones who Jesus visits in the night with visions meant to shape history. If you've been waking up and feeling like something is missing, like something slipped away without a trace, your spirit isn't wrong. Deep inside, you know it. There was something there. You felt it while you slept. It stirred your soul. It was more than just imagination. It was a message. A moment. A movement from heaven. And though the enemy tried to erase it, he couldn't destroy what Jesus planted in you. You are being pursued by heaven. Jesus has marked you for revelation. And that's why all hell has tried to silence your dreams. Because your dreams are not fantasy, they are faith-filled messages from the throne room of God. They carry codes, prophetic coordinates, strategies for your future, for your calling, for your generation. Not everyone is attacked this way. Only those who are close. Only those who walk with Jesus in the secret place. Only those who heaven has chosen to shake the earth. The devil doesn't launch this level of warfare against the lukewarm. He saves his heaviest fire for the dreamers, the divine dreamers. Those who dare to listen when Jesus speaks in whispers during the night. And the most dangerous part? Many never see it. There are no warnings. No sirens. No flashing alerts. Just silence. But your soul feels it. That empty space. That whisper of a memory that you can't quite grab. It was real. It was divine. It was Jesus. And now your spirit longs for restoration. But here's the good news. What hell tried to delete, Jesus is ready to resurrect. What the enemy tried to blur, the Holy Spirit is about to clarify. Heaven is not silent about your destiny. Jesus is about to reintroduce the vision, with more power, more detail, and more fire than ever before. Get ready. Wake up. Open your spiritual eyes. Because what you are about to remember, what's coming back to your spirit, can alter your entire path. It can unlock callings, unleash anointings, and open up encounters that shift generations. Jesus is still speaking. He never stopped. And the enemy knows that when a believer begins to remember what was once forgotten, when they begin to steward their dreams again, the kingdom of darkness trembles. Because there is nothing more dangerous than a child of God who listens to heaven in the night and acts in faith in the morning. So prepare yourself. Fight back. Guard your dreams. Ask Jesus to restore what was stolen. Write them down. Pray through them. Declare them. Because your dreams are not just dreams. They are downloads. They are assignments. They are divine messages meant to break chains, birth revival, and blaze new trails. Jesus is awakening your spirit. He's calling you to remember, to reclaim, to rise. Your night is not just for rest, it's a battlefield of revelation. And you are not alone in the fight. Heaven is on your side. When the world quiets and the lights of this life begin to dim, something sacred stirs within the unseen. Sleep, my friend, is not merely the body collapsing into rest. No, it is the doorway, a divine transition point. It's the moment when the noise of the flesh is silenced, and the spirit, the eternal part of you, begins to rise and speak. It is the terrain of the soul where eternity whispers. In those dark hours, while your eyelids are shut to this physical realm, your spirit awakens in a higher place, a dimension outside the grip of time, where what is invisible to man becomes visible to the soul. It is there, in that thin space between reality and revelation, that heaven continues to speak. And not all sleep is equal. Some nights are not for resting, they are for rising, for walking through realms your feet have never touched and your eyes cannot comprehend. You may find yourself in cities that time has swallowed. You may encounter faces that this world has long buried. You may hear voices not meant for your ears, but destined for the deepest part of your spirit. These moments are not dreams, they are encounters, divine meetings. Jesus speaks through them. Heaven reveals through them. And it is in these silent visitations that you are handed truths so weighty, so holy, that they cannot be written in mere ink or remembered with mere logic. These truths are imparted like fire in your bones, like ancient scrolls pressed into the hands of a prophet. They come as symbols, visions, impressions that linger and beg to be remembered. They are messages from the heart of Jesus himself, instructions, warnings, destiny itself. And yet, we wake up with emptiness, with fog, with only a faint echo of what we felt so clearly while asleep. But why do these divine encounters dissolve like mist when the morning comes? Why do we feel the presence of God in the night and forget his words by daylight? Here lies a mystery few dare to acknowledge. But the Spirit knows. The soul already suspects the answer. This is not random forgetfulness. It is not mere coincidence. It is spiritual interference. It is the theft of divine memory. There are dark forces, not imagined, not mythical, but real spirits whose sole purpose is to sabotage your connection with the voice of God. These are entities that dwell in the corridors of sleep, the gatekeepers of distraction and confusion. They are not loud. They do not shout. They do not come with horror or rage. No, they come softly, cunningly, like whispers wrapped in smoke. They are masters of misdirection, spirits of haze, sentinels of confusion. Their role is not to frighten you, but to erase what heaven imprinted upon your soul. And they target you precisely because of who you are. They know something you may have forgotten. You are marked, chosen, called, and your dreams are evidence of that calling. These spirits don't waste time on those who slumber without purpose. They aren't after those who dream of nothing. They chase the ones who are poised to receive revelation. They hunt the hearts that Jesus wants to awaken. They come when the scroll is about to be delivered, when the message is holy and personal. They attack in silence, and their damage is invisible, but real. You wake up with no memory, but your soul knows something was stolen. You feel it in the heaviness that sits on your chest. You sense it in the restlessness that follows you all day. You feel the divine weight of something lost, a whisper of heaven that never fully returned with you. And yet, even in this battle, even in this silent war of the night, Jesus does not leave you helpless. You are not alone. He never sleeps. While you rest, he watches. While you lie in the quiet, he surrounds you with songs of deliverance. His spirit is active, his angels are present, and his word never returns void. But you must rise with intentionality. You must cover your sleep in prayer. You must invite Jesus into your rest. Speak his name over your bed. Declare his lordship over your dreams. Ask him to seal his visions within your spirit, beyond the reach of the enemy. For the dreams he gives are not for entertainment. They are assignments. And your obedience to them may alter the course of generations. Dreams are holy ground. They are not illusions, they are communications. They are not nonsense, they are strategies from heaven. And the enemy knows it. That is why he fights so hard to cloud your mind before you even open your eyes. Because the dream that you remember might just be the one that awakens revival in your home. The vision you hold onto may be the key that unlocks healing in someone else's life. The word whispered in your sleep might be the very thing that shifts your entire future. So don't dismiss your dreams. Don't take lightly what the Spirit of God is trying to deliver in the stillness. Rise like a warrior even in rest. Cover your night in praise. And ask Jesus to anchor every revelation deep within your spirit, so deep that no demon of darkness can erase it. There are whispers your mouth never spoke, messages buried in silence, impressions that your conscious mind couldn't hold but your soul still remembers. And if you've ever felt like you've been fighting a war that no one sees, a war that started long before this life could explain it, you're not mistaken. You're not imagining the tension in your chest when you wake, or the invisible weight pressing down as you open your eyes. That pressure is spiritual. It's real. And it's a sign. Some of you wake up as if you've just escaped something, breathless, agitated, yet with no memory of what occurred. Others lie in bed with a strong, eerie sense that someone or something was standing there, watching, waiting while you slept. And then there are those who sense an unshakable shadow following them. They can't name it. They can't see it. But it's there. Let me tell you the truth. You are not crazy. You are chosen. You've been marked by heaven for a purpose greater than your mind can grasp, and the realm of darkness knows it. That's why your nights have never been silent. That's why your sleep has never been normal. Because when the world shuts down and your body finds rest, that's when Jesus whispers. But the enemy knows this too, and he fears it. There have been nights, yes, more than once, when your room was not what it seemed. Nights when distractions crept in as harmless dreams, and visions from heaven were intercepted, distorted, or erased. What was meant to reach you from the throne room of God was snatched in the middle of transmission. The most cunning strategy hell ever launched wasn't violence, it was forgetfulness. Forgetting is the enemy's tool, because remembering is the Spirit's gateway. You were shown something. You were handed something sacred. And even though your eyes cannot recall it, your spirit is restless because it remembers what your flesh forgot. That dream wasn't meaningless. That vision wasn't random. It was divine. It was a heavenly instruction, encoded with fire, sent to awaken you for what comes next. But a fog was cast over your mind, right at the moment your soul tried to grasp that holy revelation. A mist of confusion, a veil of forgetfulness. And that is the devil's plot, not to harm your body, but to delay your destiny by stealing your sleep. Because if you forget the revelation, you forfeit the response. And if you don't respond, the breakthrough stalls. The pattern continues. The calling feels distant. But let me speak life over you now. Those days are over. This is your awakening moment. Right now, Jesus is breaking through the mist. Right now, he is speaking clarity into your dreams. You didn't stop dreaming, you were just made to forget. But your spirit has never stopped receiving. It's still burning, still holding the imprint of what heaven sent. That's why the enemy comes for your dreams. He knows they carry more than stories. They carry strategies. They are not illusions. They are divine dispatches, tailored for your calling, encoded with answers you've prayed for, laced with warnings you needed to heed, packed with the wisdom you'll require for the next door. That's why your spirit wrestles at night. That's why you felt unrest even after sleeping. Because you are not just a dreamer. You are a warrior receiving intelligence from the commander of heaven. And Jesus, your Lord, your King, your Shepherd, he is still speaking in the stillness. He still sends messages through the night to position you for the battles ahead. The dreams you've forgotten weren't wasted. They were stolen. But what was stolen can be restored. And Jesus specializes in restoration. He brings back the lost visions. He resurrects the buried messages. He reopens the scrolls that were sealed by darkness. Do not think for a second that your spiritual silence means emptiness. No, it was interference. It was theft. But now the alarm has sounded. Now the Spirit of God is stirring you again. And this time, you will remember. This time, you will write it down. This time, you will recognize the holy when it shows up cloaked in mystery. Because the enemy doesn't need to cause chaos during your day. He just needs to intercept your night. If he can cut off communication, he can cut off your progress. But Jesus is restoring the line. The channel is opening, and you will not sleep like you used to. You will dream again with clarity. You will receive instructions again with boldness. You will act on what heaven deposits in you. You are not under spiritual attack because you're weak. You're under attack because you're significant. You hold keys. You carry purpose. You are the lockpick to generations of bondage. And your dreams are the roadmap. They are not fantasies. They are sacred documents, stamped by the hand of God, sealed with the voice of Christ. So when you dream of mysterious places, of radiant beings, of words you've never read but feel familiar, do not dismiss them. They are not imagination. They are heavenly blueprints. Some of you have dreamed of end-time signs. Others of you have heard the voices of ancestors or seen golden scrolls with language that doesn't exist on earth. These were divine deposits, meant to equip you for what no one else sees coming. And that's why the opposition is fierce. Because your obedience to those visions is dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. Your clarity is a threat. Your remembrance is a weapon. Your activation is a victory waiting to happen. Jesus has been calling you through the veil of your sleep. And now the time has come to respond. There is a divine fire resting inside of you, something holy, something eternal, something that reaches beyond human understanding. The unseen world knows it. Heaven has whispered it. And the forces of darkness fear it. You are not ordinary. You never have been. That burning inside your soul, that persistent ache, that vivid dream that shook your spirit awake, it was never random. It was a sacred signal, a divine message encoded in your being before you ever took your first breath. And when you dream, you aren't just resting, you're receiving transmissions from eternity. While the world sleeps unaware, your spirit travels. It journeys into sacred realms, absorbing fragments of divine knowledge, instructions for your future, and healing for your bloodline. This is why your dreams carry such intensity, because they were never meant to be entertainment. They were meant to equip. They are not illusions. They are assignments. You've seen things others would call impossible. You've felt things that didn't make sense in the moment but made your soul tremble. You've encountered people you hadn't seen in years, walked through chaos that later unfolded in the physical, and received signs you couldn't explain but couldn't forget. This is not imagination. This is divine communication. The spiritual world is real, and you're connected to it by design. Your spirit hears heaven's language, even when your mind doesn't understand it. And the enemy, oh yes, he knows the weight of what you carry. He fears it. That's why he fights not just your faith, but your memory. He aims to cloud your dreams, to cause forgetfulness, to distract you from the revelations hidden within the night. But let this truth echo through your soul. The more fiercely your dreams are attacked, the more sacred they must be. You are not forgotten. You are not broken. You are chosen. There are things inside you, buried, perhaps, beneath years of pain or silence, that were never meant to stay hidden. These dreams, these night encounters, they are blueprints for purpose, maps toward destiny, and instructions from the Holy Spirit. That's why the battle has been so relentless. But now, the fog begins to clear. And it is time to fight back with intention. No longer will you passively accept spiritual forgetfulness as your norm. No longer will you lay down your weapons and assume the dreams were meaningless. Starting tonight, your spirit takes a stand. Place a journal beside your bed. Prepare yourself like a soldier ready for divine warfare. Speak boldly before you sleep. Pray with fire. Say it out loud. Lord, I declare that my dreams belong to you. No spirit of confusion or forgetfulness will steal them. I am under your covering. I am ready to receive. Because words are not just sound. Words shape realms. Words ignite awakening. When a child of God declares truth into the night, angels move and darkness flees. You must train your spirit to remember. The Holy Spirit, the revealer of hidden things, stands ready to illuminate your understanding. Every time you write, every time you speak in faith, Every time you reclaim what was lost, you are making a territorial claim in the unseen. You are telling heaven, I am listening. I am watching. I am available. You are not merely someone who dreams. You are a guardian of divine revelation. You walk between realms. You are entrusted with mysteries that shake generations awake. Every face you see, every name you hear, every whisper that lingers, it is not accidental. Sometimes the strange symbols in your dreams are coded assignments. They are waiting to be unlocked. Within them are the very solutions your family has prayed for, the breakthroughs your community needs, the vision your future demands. Say this with power: forgetfulness has no home in me. I am not blind to the spirit realm. I am tuned in. I am covered. I am chosen. When you begin to live like this, everything shifts. Your sleep becomes an altar. Your nights become filled with divine visitations. And your mornings become moments of holy reflection where the instructions from heaven are unpacked. This is not fantasy. This is the reality of the child of God who refuses to sleep without armor, who refuses to dream without purpose. You were created to remember. You were fashioned to interpret. You were anointed to carry revelation. The veil is thinning. The silence is ending. And the voice of God is roaring once again in your life. Your spiritual ears are tuning in. Your memory is being restored. And what was once stolen is coming back sevenfold. Do not downplay your dreams anymore. Do not minimize their sacredness. You are not just having dreams. You are walking in encounters. And every encounter has weight. Every vision has meaning. Every message has power. Tonight, you reclaim the territory that was once stolen in your sleep. You tear down the veil that blurred your sight. You rebuke the spirit that tried to silence your divine awareness. And you say with authority, God, I am ready to see again. I am ready to hear again. I will not forget. I will not surrender this gift. I am aligned with heaven's voice. This is your moment. This is your reactivation. As you speak, the chains begin to fall. The dreams that were stolen are returning. The visions that faded are becoming clear. The signs that were missed are now flashing with meaning. Because you were never just dreaming, you were receiving divine orders, sacred keys, and supernatural light meant to ignite change not just in your life, but in the lives of everyone your path touches. And now, your obedience will become someone else's breakthrough. What you remember, what you interpret, what you write down, will start a fire that no enemy can put out. You carry more than just hope. You carry heaven's voice. You carry prophetic clarity. You carry kingdom authority. And the more you steward it, the more heaven will trust you with. So tonight, pray with hunger. Declare with boldness. Listen with spiritual ears. And record with reverence. Because you are not just one who dreams. You are one who receives revelation and delivers transformation. Your dreams are not random. They are revolutionary. And the world is waiting for what you are about to remember. Best wishes and divine blessings as you step fully into your spiritual awakening.